welcome back to my channel with Saint Justine. This is the Mads of Sandiego, and today is the 98th day of my walking journey. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining us, even if it's Sunday. Yesterday a lot of people still join us in my premiere, and those of you who replayed the video, thank you so much. And to my ever supportive super chatters, I have Kachikahan, Daldalan, Sheila Castillo, Mommy's Vlog, and there's one more that I'm gonna drop the link below. I hope you can support my super chatters because they are very generous to support me in my journey. Thank you guys. Anyway, I am so overwhelmed with the outpouring support of the creators who submitted their entry on my birthday contest, and we already have 21 uploaded entries as of this time, and there are a lot more telling me that they're gonna send their videos and their entries very soon. So thank you all so much. Please support my creators who submitted the entry. I put them in a one playlist so it's easily to browse which entry you're gonna support, but I hope everybody will support everybody. And thank you all so much to everybody telling me that they are not after the prizes, but they are supporting my advocacy. So thank you guys so much. So today Justine came up with a very interesting and very helpful topic with our health, our wealth, especially our wealth, of course, the bulol in me. Anyway,
so here in where we live in Sandiego, we are kind of prone to fires. We do have this thing called a fire season because it's very dry, so a lot of fires tend to happen, and then it causes a lot of panic for people. And this year we haven't really seen a lot of that yet, thank God, with everything that's been happening. But so a couple weeks ago, my friend Emily, there's this house that is really close by to her house. It's like down the street from where she lives, and there was actually an electrical issue, so a room in the house caught on fire and it spread to the roof, and then ultimately it ended up burning one of the rooms, I believe, and then half of the roof was gone, completely destroyed. Luckily, when the fire occurred, nobody was in the house, so everybody was safe and nobody was injured. The neighbors realized what was happening and they were able to call our emergency services here in California. So that was taken care of pretty fast. But ultimately, what we're trying to talk about today is that, one, you want to make sure that your house has all the necessary precautions to prevent that from happening. Smoke detectors, carbon dioxide, monoxide detectors,
and if you can afford fire extinguishers,
to make sure that you have it inside the house. Because in this event, they were kind of lucky that nobody was in the house, so that they didn't really have to deal with that themselves, and nobody was injured. But if that happens and you are inside the house, you want to make sure that you have the means to like protect yourself and your house. Furthermore, you want to make sure that before you leave the house, you unplug all of your gadgets. I know a lot of you guys probably have some gadgets too, because a lot of creators have a lot of knickknacks, and I know we tend to charge them, and sometimes we charge them all at once and overnight. So you want to make sure that if you're going to be doing this, you're very careful. So if you are charging multiple devices overnight or when all at once, you want to be really careful. I know some people buy those power cords that has multiple plugs at the same time. Those are good for a short period of time, but you don't want to leave them in for super long because they do overheat.
Yes, you can feel the plug. It's really warm.
And what happens when plastic overheats too much and it gets warmer, it catches on fire. And that's actually really common for a lot of people is that it short circuits the power line, so then it catches on fire, and that's how some small fires start. If you're lucky, you can contain it and you can extinguish it right away. If not, it spreads and then it gets kind of out of control, and that's when you find, oh no, your house is on
burned.
fire.
Oh,
Yeah. And we all know that fires can be really awful things, not just because of the fire itself, but there's a lot of smoke, and it's super damaging to your lungs, especially if you already have some preconceived health stuff, like if you have asthma. Like, we can't inhale smoke at all. It hurts, it's hard to breathe. But even if you don't have asthma, it's still very hard to breathe, and it can cause even more lung damage. It's the same concept to why people shouldn't be smoking nicotine. The smoke just really isn't good for your lungs. And then you can actually pass out because you can't breathe, because you're not getting enough oxygen in your brain because all you're getting is smoke. So overall, like I said, before you leave the house, make sure everything is unplugged, and make sure that anything that might start a fire is, already taken care of. I know sometimes people leave like their coffee machine plugged in,
Yes,
or the oven toaster and stuff. We actually
microwaves.
Yeah, and the rice cookers. We actually don't leave those plugged in. We plug them in once we're about to use them, but otherwise the cord is just not in and it's wrapped around itself. That's a really good way to ensure that your devices aren't getting overheated, because even if you're not using it, there are still some times where electrical errors cause it to short. I don't know what that's.
Not only that, because fire can be so stressful with wealth-wise, because if you burn your properties and you don't have insurance, that's gonna be a lot of problems picking up your self and get back to your feet. So make sure that these precautions and this hazardous event can be avoided. So it's part of being healthy and wealthy as well. So it's really important to take care of those electronic devices, and also the candles.
Yeah, you don't want to leave candles unattended, because you think that it's like, oh, it's a really small fire.
Yeah.
But if that gets knocked over, or if there's something like easy combustible, then that spreads too.
Yeah.
Another really important thing is, here in California, authorities actually recommend you have a fire bag ready. So you have a bag that is non-flammable, and then during like fire season, if you are close to the areas, you want to keep all of your valuables in there, so your passports, your documents. You want to leave some extra money and some other stuff that that it should not get destroyed. Like, if it's very important to you, keep it in the bag and keep it where you have easy access to it in the event that you do need to evacuate from a fire, because like I said before, you want to try to prevent fires, but if you can't,
At least you're ready.
yeah, at least you're ready to leave.
The good thing about California, or here in America, we can easily call 911 and they can come easily. But other countries, we don't know, especially in the Philippines. Not to be rude or something, but
Insensitive, but it's just how things are. So you really want to make sure that if they can't help you, that you have the ability to help and protect yourself, because it's really nice being able to rely on them, but if you're not able to, you don't want to just be like stuck in the dark, because that's one of the worst possible things.
But yeah, we always say that, but it's our expression. Anyway, we will show you a view from this park, a little park down the street. That's why you can hear the cars.
That's always.
Yeah, but it's beautiful here. So in conclusion, you have to take care of your valuables, your properties, and
Yourself.
yeah, be cautious with your surroundings, especially with your gadgets, so it won't cause fire. And
Yeah, that's about it. You really just want to make sure that you're aware of these things because fires are one of those things that you never really think about. Let's be real. Like when you're thinking, about disasters in your life,
fire is not.
yeah, you're probably not thinking like, oh no, what if my house catches on fire? And God forbid it does happen to you. You don't want to cause even more unnecessary stress on yourself.
And because here in California, we're so prone to fire, and fire season is coming very soon after summer, which is very dry. All of this will be brown, and by September, it
Flammable.
it will cause fire. Yeah, so
That's just why we wanted to talk about it. So you guys are aware too, because we don't know how it is where you guys are, but it's just better to be prepared anyways.
So that's it for today. Thank you all so much for joining us in another Health is Wealth walking journey in my 98th day of walking. So thank you all so much. 2 more days and it's gonna be 100. I can't believe we will reach 100 very, very soon. And to all the creators who submitted their entry, thank you so much. And I hope you promote your entries. I hope you guys all win. I really do hope.
Really nice.
And yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you all so much. This is the Mads of Sandiego, aka the walking vlogger with no kiddos today. They're making dinner for us. So bye everyone. See you all tomorrow. God bless us all.